Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You ready for some more new bullshit? Yeah, bullshit is the key term there. Update 63. Here are the patch notes. Enterprise Part 2. The Second Temporal Cold War rages on as Indie forces turn their backs on those who would have called them allies, betraying a trust built over centuries. Indies have launched a ferocious campaign against the Federation and all who would dare oppose them. However, the sphere builders are not the only ones capable of meddling with timelines in order to achieve their goals, utilizing their temporal cartographic abilities. Mia and the command. Oh, that's us. It's you and your AI. Always forget what her name is because I don't read that shit. Unless it's lower decks. That's when I read it. Have enlisted the aid of Captain Jonathan Archer and the crew of Enterprise NX-01 in the fight against Xindi and their sphere builder masters. Okay, a little bit of correction here. Yes, technically we have enlisted the NX-01 to help us fight the Xindi Aquatics. Not the Xindi Aquatics. Because, yeah, this ship is only good against new hostiles. Not against the Xindi from last month. Again, the key word was bullshit. Because even that sentence is bullshit. Oh, they're excited to continue the story. I'm sure you are, you jackasses. Money, 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 money. It's like the theme to this month. Like the theme for this past year almost. New ship NX-01. New Borg faction favors. New holodeck expansion. Okay. New officers, of course. New missions, of course. New cosmetics. Whatever. New battle pass, of course. And of course, there's always more. Other things not listed because. For details, click the link description below. New tabs. Oh, depending on when you're here. Because I got these patch notes are working, but for some reason I can't get on the website. The store website anyway. So be careful with that. There are supposed to be a claim for blueprints, but you got to go into the website, into the store, claim the thing, and then come back. And of course, it was, or at least at one point in the morning here, it was broken. Of course it was broken. They wanted to create a new fancy-ass way to come get your shit. You know, you had to go into the internet store instead of going into the game, and now the internet store's broke. Duh. Ugh. The NX-01 is available to players Ops 40 and above, and brings with it an improved efficiency for the Ex-Borg faction extension. I don't know if I noticed efficiency, but alright. Upgrading the NX-01 will unlock unique rewards such as new officer Picard Hue. Another pick officer. Was Hugh even in Picard? I feel like he was, but I don't remember. A new Ex-Borg favors the NXO. The NX-01 also significantly improved the sourcing of Ex-Borg credits used in the existing Ex-Borg faction bundles and favors. Yeah. The NX-01 refinery sources several valuable rewards, including guaranteed Ex-Borg credits of all rarities, exclusive shards for Picard Hue, only sourcing for Picard Hue at this moment. You have to have the NX-01, and there is also a refit already for the NX-01. I thought last month's Jester would be this, but it's like this one is like, hey, kung fu you to death with middle fingers. What? More shit that we got to spend currency and or money on. Because it's usually not like, it's not just like a ship or an A officer or two officers. Now it's like 2 officers, and you can only get the other officer by buying the ship, and then you can buy the refit, and then buy this prime and that prime. Oh my God. You know how we have been very annoyed for a while with new loops coming out, new loops, and the new loops, and the new loops, and not overlapping or shutting down old loops. Well, it's like they're doing this with the monies now. Instead of making like 4 or 5 things you can buy, it's like now they're making 7 and 8 and 9 things a month now. It's like, oh my God. That Saudi Arabia company really wants their $5 billion back. All right, take a look at this shit-ass loop. New system or new system set, Delphic Expanse. So we're going to find these Xindi Aquatics to kill for some new stupid-ass resource. Guess what? At least according to this. Now, Ultimate DJ said something different last night. This little picture says, exchange Xindi scraps. Not that the Delphic Expanse tokens will be added to your Xindi turn-in, but that you have a different turn-in and you have to use Xindi scraps to get this new shit. We were complaining that you weren't getting enough Xindi scraps per your turn-in. Maybe some people, depending on their level. So what did they do? Just like that, they caved. Well, now we know why. Because obviously people weren't going to... They were complaining, if we were complaining so much last month, this month rolls around, we weren't going to be engaging with this shit. It would only be the very high spenders that would engage with it. And I'm sure not even all of them are going to buy this shit. Because that's what this says. Exchange Xindi scraps for Delphic Expanse. So another thing to use your Xindi scraps on. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Then you travel to the Delphic Expanse, defeat Xindi Aquatic hostiles, or battle risky Xindi Aquatic hostiles. Yeah, it's all about choice this month. No risk choice, high risk choice. Not sure how I feel about that. I think under normal circumstances, that's what I was going to say. Under normal circumstances. Yeah, you know what I mean. Under normal circumstances, I think I'd be okay with the risk. But knowing this game and this game company and these game developers, no. Because your RNG is garbage. It's garbage. Supposedly, these risk options, it's a 70% chance to win and a 30% chance to fail. At least that is what was conveyed by Ultimate DJs last night. I haven't seen anything like that on these patch notes. But again, content creators that are in the pocket of the man get a lot more information. I don't get shit. I get what they give everybody else. But the problem with is, and I mean, it sounds better because it sounds a lot better than Forbidden Tech, right? Or at least when Forbidden Tech started. The problem is, just because you say it's 70-30 doesn't mean that that is what is going to happen. Because you could try the risk 10 times and win only one time. Well, that isn't 70%. That would be 90%. But yet. So, but yeah, on the other side, you could try it 10 times. You could win 9 times. It depends on. It's just completely random, which I don't know. I mean, one sense, I understand how some people like that risk and that reward and that, there is enjoyment there. But at the same time, you're screwing people over because you're making them give you, the whatever currency we're getting from these indie jackasses. And we either win or we get nothing. Oh. Ooh. I don't want that. What do I want that for? But there is a thought that with the high risk, say you have a 7, your week, 7 days. So you have 7 claims the whole week. Even if you hit only 3 times, would you get more rewards than just doing the safe claim 7 times? Something that we as a community will be testing. Exchange Zindi tech modules in the NXL1 refinery to earn opportunity chip. Use opportunity chips to choose a risky or safe reward path, granting various amounts of Ex-Borg factions. But again, only if you have the NXL1. Spend credits to claim, Ex-Borg bundles, more favors, upgrade the NXL1. Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right, the last part. Because, spend credits, and then it's, for the other, so you can just delete Ex-Borg faction bundles. Or wait. Yeah. Spend credits to claim, delete Ex-Borg faction bundles, buy Ex-Borg favors, and or. So you would have spend credits to claim. Oh, well, I'm in the process here. Alright, my grammar is shit this morning, but I was trying to do something dramatic. Like, da-da-da-da! Finally, when upgrading these new dumbass ships. Yeah. Ex-Borg credits will be needed to upgrade the NXL1. How many? It's gonna be. We'll see. But initially, it does look like there are no NXL1 parts. So, it's kind of pick your poison there. Do you want an NXL1 part, or are you okay with spending Ex-Borg credits of some kind? I'm doing Armadas and Mining Monday, because while this is useful and stuff, it pisses me off. Oh, active ship ability of the NXL1 to reveal deep space systems for a period of time. As long as the player has visited the system at least once before, players may find this particularly useful. And I'm not sure I really like how they're telling us where all this shit is useful. It's another thing that's been happening this month. I don't really like it because I feel like they're doing a lot of the content creators' job. And for the most part, I think we do it better. Just because I think some of us anyway, at least some of the content creators out there, just have more knowledge of the game than some of these people developing it. Because some of us have been playing this game. I mean, I've been 4 years with Rev and DJ. They're like day one people. Some of these people that are making these arcs and these features now, they haven't been with the company that long. I'm sure some of them have, but not all of them have. And no way in hell do they spend as much time playing it as some of us do. But okay. Useful territory capture. You can peek into the systems. Deep Space Armada. Scout token mining. Systems, sure. Open the galaxy map. Select your NXL-1 ship, which is something I don't like. Especially, Bubba Joe was hating this last night about the Deep Space Armadas. Now, starting it is one thing, I guess, but if your teammate has started one, you should just be allowed to send to the Armada. You shouldn't have to have the NXL-1. You should be able to send to the Armada just to send right to the Armada. It should be a feature. But it's not. But now here it is, technically, until free-to-play can get it, it's a paid feature. Of course. Select the NXL-1 on a galaxy map, and while your ship is selected, find the system, and tap the button. Yeah, okay. Here you go. Beck made a video. You can do that. Oh. Let's take a look at the early release patch notes from last night. I don't think there was anything. NXL-1 variable players 50 brings improved efficiency. Upgrading the NXL-1 will unlock unique rewards, such as new favors and faster path to the top tier of the existing favor. Well, because you're getting extra Hoojable as it ship. Ex-Borg credits. NXL-1 will also be added to the field training, so you'll have your own rewards with the field training. But they're probably not available until you have the NXL-1, so remember that in 3 or 4 months when you get the NXL-1. Yeah, because it's a 200 blueprint ship. And you can get like one a day. So, there you go. NXL-1 offers daily sourcing, path, Ex-Borg credits, and rarities. Only way to get Picard Hue. As you tier up the ship, the daily income of Picard Hue can grow. Alright, we'll get to Picard Hue in the other one. Here's the refit. Oh, it's also available somewhere for credits. NXL-1 refinery. So it looks like when you get the NXL-1, there is a refinery, and inside this refinery, you will see a claim to be able to get the refit for the NXL-1, which will cost credits to unlock. Now, it says credits, it doesn't say dollars. Once you unlock the refit, it not only gives you a stat boost, okay, so some kind of stat boost, but also a free claim bundle of Par Steel Titanium Dilithium. Okay. At Operation 61 and Ship Tier 7, this claim will unlock Sigma resources as well. So that is kind of good. There was, because of G6 and all the new stupid resources they just had to make, it's not going as smoothly as some people would like, I think. Saw that already. 15 Xindi Aquatic Systems. Wait. Sloop includes 15 new... Okay. We'll dyslexic there for a minute. I saw it said 15 Xindi Aquatic Hostiles. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Xindi Aquatic Hostiles. Yeah, it does say can only be defeated using the NX-01. Yeah. Maybe if you got like a G6 Epic already, maybe you could beat them, maybe. But they're like specifically, like some of the things that the NXL1 does, like um, deflecting 9 shots. Well, then here comes this Zinni Aquatic with a ship ability. Oh, at the end of the round, it fires its super duper mega cannon with 9 shots. I was like, oh, alright. Yeah, whatever. Here's a list of the system names. Okay. I don't know why I care what the system names are right now. None of these travel systems, you will need to have the Delphic tokens, which are sourced exclusively from the NX-01 refinery that will cost energy. See, here you go. Delphic expands travel tokens, which is sourced exclusively from the NX-01 refinery. Now, this is what the patch notes say. That's not what it is, because patch notes ain't the game. Patch notes are the patch notes, and the game is game. But clearly, this is what it says. Another thing you're going to need to buy with your Zindi scraps, which some of us say we're still not getting enough of. By defeating Zindi reptiles, players who have unlocked the refit can also claim a second travel token each day via the refit's free claim bundle. Okay. Well, there you go. Get the ship and the refit, and you can get a free token. Okay. Here's what I was saying. The aquatic hostiles have 2 variations, the interceptor and the battleship. NX-01 is an explorer. You know which one is the risk and which one is the not risk, right? Interceptor is low risk. I think Beck's video had screenshots of some of the numbers, and I think it was like 1,000 currency from the interceptors and 15,000 currency from the battleships. It's something like that. Yeah, richly rewarded. Good target to end your Delphic expanse run. See, again, they're giving you advice. It's like, okay, way to do my job for me. And I guess you're doing it good enough. Because they're saying, oh, go in there, grind a bunch of the interceptors, and then when you're ready to go home, start attacking the battleships. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Gonna be exchanged in the NX-01 refinery, get all the other bullshit. Yeah, when we get to the other patch notes. Reveal deep space, which I really don't like. We did talk about this. Start Armada, free spot for your miner. What territory system looks like. Here you can see a screenshot. You must have visited the system before. It does cost whatever currency this is. I don't know what it is. But isolinear arrays, I guess is what they call them. They look like this pink thing. Cost what it looks like 1,000 to reveal a system. How many you get, I don't know. Okay. We're excited to bring more content to the world of Star Trek Fleet Command, and for this release, our team is trying something particularly new. Players can head to our website tomorrow during launch and find a special promo code to claim free Enterprise NX-01 blueprints day 1. Catch you on launch day, Commander. So, alright, it's not even like you can go to the website and get it. Right? You have to go to the website and get a code, and then you have to go somewhere else and punch in the code. Okay, make it a little too complicated for my taste, but okay. Yeah, it does say claim 10 blueprints from the promo code. Okay. Oh, new favors. 15 new favors. Some that are exclusive to the NXL1 favors that give a bonus amount of the. Alright. So let's talk about these new favors. Combat accuracy, 5 levels. Starts at 175, goes to 250%. And instead of it actually being accuracy, it's just piercing and all. Alright, so it starts at 175, goes to 250%. Well, 175 starting, at level 1 isn't that bad, but it only goes up to 250. So it's not that much of an increase each level. So, I don't know. Is she making noise in it? Yeah, she is. Alright, whatever. Increased critical damage against hostiles and armadas. Which sounds nice, but it doesn't do shit against the Zindies. Because guess what the new Zindi aquatic assholes have as another ship ability? Yep. Explain that a little more in a minute when you see Jonathan Archer. 50% at level 1, level 5. Highest level is 125%. Increased cost efficiency of Fleet Commander skill points when upgrading Fleet Commander abilities. Level 1 is 3%, then 6%, then 10%, then 15%, then 20%. I'm sorry, that's not enough. Personal opinion. I mean, you think about it, if you're, what do they call them? Skill. Your Fleet Commander ability costs you 1,000. You have max 5 levels of this stupid ass favor that costs how much junk? And you only get 200 off? Not enough, man. Not enough because of how hard it is to source this stupid bullshits in general. Lucky gas mining. This shit with new hue, and I don't know if I like it that much. Gives a bonus amount of mined gas upon collection. And it's the same for crystal and ore. The way it was explained to me is it's like 5 of 11, but for mining. So if you mine 100,000, if you had, let's say, max of this favor 20%, when you don't know if it's while you're actually mining, if it's doing it, or if it's when you leave the node. But instead of leaving the node with 100,000 because that's what you mine, you're actually leaving the node with 120,000. Now, to be perfectly honest, I think I kind of like the idea, but if it doesn't count towards dailies, like the daily mining, if it doesn't count towards the daily mining, then I don't give a shit. But that's just me. Alright, move on from that. We'll have more on that in a bit. Increased warp range for the NXL1, which I don't like. I don't understand why you can't just make the warp range of this ship bigger. You know? As you increase the tier and you put the warp engine component on the ship, can't you just make that bigger? Why do you have to make me go buy another thing? Fuck you. Increase loot gain when killing hostiles with the NXL1. 12 levels of this shit maxes out at 50%. That's bullshit. NXL1 repairs when fighting Zindi aquatics only. Heals percent of the NXL1 hull when the hull is below 40%. Now, 12 levels max is 25%. So technically, if you get down to, let's say, 35%, the way I read this is you get healed by 25%. So maybe this will be good at max. Okay. Increased opportunity chips drop from Zindi Aquatic Exchange. Increased warp speed. That's pretty self-explanatory. Increased scrapping speed. Meh. Some of this stuff. Increased Voyager rate of collection anomaly samples. Yeah, I mean, I go into a level 60 system, which is not meant for me. Mining the uncommon, it takes like 6 seconds to clear a node. I don't need to go faster. Some of the numbers here, it's like, holy shit. The only thing I can think this is for the rare. It makes the rare anomaly go just as fast as the uncommon. Which I guess is okay. Not that I really care that much. Because I've maxed my Voyager already. By the time you put out all this bullshit, I'm done with the Voyager. Of course I am. I know some people aren't. Increased positive Federation, Klingon, and Romulan the reputation gained from killing hostiles and armadas. So keyword there was positive, so it's all going to be a plus, okay? You're not going to lose more if you kill a Federation hostile with a Federation ship. That is good that way. And then increase 2 kinetic weapon damage and increase 2 energy weapon damage. 400% total, 12 levels. It's okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just okay. I guess. I mean, it's just, whatever. I'm not a fan of the 12 level thing, but alright. Holodeck building expansion. Oh, yay. Starting from operations level 32, players can upgrade the holodeck to level 30. Here's what's coming with the holodeck expansion. New free daily claim of the upgrade resource holo field amplifiers used to upgrade the holodeck. New buffs, 6 new exclusive missions, and more. The buffs coming with the upgrade holodeck are faction rep, piercing, and PvE. Okay. Ship part efficiency. We'll have to see numbers here. Not only will these buffs provide players with bullshit with their faction choice, great threat to the hostiles. You're going to get some officer shards. Enterprise Data, Enterprise Troy, Enterprise Picard. I guess screw Riker. Every five levels from the new holodeck selection in the recruit store, players will have the ability to snag these massive buffs and get 2 full rare unlock officers and 1/2 of the epic. So there you go. And here you go with the officers. Jonathan Archer, he is the captain. He does have a captain's ability. He is the rare. Captain ability, increase the amount of resources you get from destroying Zindi hostiles. Now, it does say Zindi hostiles. Okay? Base is 300%. 100% synergy from officer type that you don't have. So if you go with Archer, and I assume he's command, if you go with the engineer and the science officer, which you should be able to, you could get 500% synergy. Now, what about the officer ability? Because Paul ain't got one that's going to help you beat anything, and it doesn't really look like Trip is, in my opinion, anyway. When you take damage from a hostile or another player, so PvE and PvP, Archer increases your critical hit damage by X% for 2 rounds. 5, 10, 20, 30, 50%. This ability can stack, doesn't trigger an Armada's assault. Weapons with multiple shots. So, since it only stacks for 2 rounds, I don't think it's that good. Last night reading it, I missed the 2 rounds part, but I thought it was a lot better, but because it's the thing I was talking about before. It says it stacks for 2 rounds, but it's technically while it does stack for 2 rounds, you're really only taking advantage of it for 1. So, they only hit you with 3 weapons. That's not that much extra crit damage. You know? Now, it does depend on the hostile. Some of these hostiles have a lot of weapons and shoot all the weapons in all the rounds. So we'll have to see there. Because I think some of these indies have like 6 weapons, right? Now that could be good. Of course, even if you're at tier 2, that's only an extra 60%. Is that really moving the needle for you? Something you're going to have to decide there. Rare Strand. Officer ability. Run from no one. Increase warp speed. Okay. I don't really want a warp speed officer because I want an officer on my bridge and my below decks that's going to help me win the battle or get me more loot. So, I mean, what I definitely don't want an officer ability of warp speed because I want an ability that's going to help me win the battle. Especially for the NXL1 crew, right? I want an officer ability that's going to help me win the battle because Archer's getting me the loot. But no, that's not, they gave you warp speed. I'd rather warp speed be a research or a refit or something. Andorian Mining Consortium increases your crystal mining speed with below deck ability 50, 100, 200, 300, and 500%. Seems weird that Shran was the mining officer, but Epic Picard Hugh's below deck ability allows him to be highly versatile across warships, repairing a percentage of hull damage taken each round. Not as good as you think, morons. Mining ability is completely new and unique. It is exactly what I said with the favors. Think 5 of 11, but for mining. Only at the NXL1 refinery. Plan for future. Officer ability. Increase the amount of raw or crystal gas collected while mining with any ship by an extra X% without draining the mining node faster. Okay, so 5, 7, 10, 15, 25%. 25% at max. So again, if you have Hugh in your on your bridge and you mine 100,000 and you have him at max, you come off the node, you don't have 100,000. You're not leaving the node with 100,000, you are leaving the node with 125,000. Now, depending on your research and your crew and whatnot, that will determine what is better. Having, a mining speed officer or having a guy like you. So, below deck ability. I don't think this is any good. I mean, maybe not any good. Let me just read it to you. At the end of each round. At the end of each round. Repair X% of the hull damage taken during that round of combat. 5, 10, 15, 20, 35. Only of the damage you've taken in that round. So, it's not that good. And I really gotta hurry up, actually. That's what I get for not deleting some of the videos off my phone. New primes. Ex-Borg bullshit, prime station bullshit, or crystal gas cost efficiency, and cost of basic materials, titanium and par steel and all that bullshit. Okay, so I just went in and deleted one video real quick. Couldn't really leave off with that. Went way too fast. I really should have just deleted the video. I didn't realize I was hurting for space. Alright, so let's pick it up. Some of these other shits. Again, the resources for the buildings. New missions, of course. Cosmetics. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here. What is this? What is this? Hailing frequency that adds a little flavor to the game. Okay, cool. If you say so, boss. Wave defense improvements. Okay. Apparently, they listened to our feedback. A few fixes to wave defense button allowing to appearing. Something system status fails to update when a user joined the thing again. Where did they get to the... Oh, here improvements. Some bullshit to Forbidden Tech. Ability to kick players from wave defense. Assuming that is only for the leader. New icon and timer above the central entity. I don't know if that should be capitalized. Because it's like Borg Research Building or something. But central entity. I mean, it does make sense to call it that. Buff color displayed as red. What buff? I don't know what buff they're talking about in wave defense. Fiction issue where warning messages were not spawning. What warning messages? What warning messages are they talking about during wave defense? That the new wave was starting? Okay. Leader is visually distinct in wave defense system. Okay. The leader doesn't get anything special except, I assume, the ability to kick somebody, which you can just look on the list. But, however, I'm not sure exactly why we need to be able to distinguish which ships are the leader's ships and which aren't. But, okay. That's fine. Alright, so, yeah, long-ass fucking video. Man, I can't make a short video to save my life. And a lot of swear words, too, that are... I didn't want to put that many swear words in here. Too early in the morning for this shit. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, I'm pissed, I think. Because not only is there another Zindi hostile, it's not even like another different hostile. It's a Zindi aquatic instead of a Zindi reptile. It's like the same thing in my opinion. I get that it's a different race. It's like a collection of whatever. I don't know. And then they finally bring out the NX-01. And it's like, oh, only good with super weapon power against the Zindi aquatics. About the other asshole, like, why? Why would you not make it against Zindi targets? Or against, like Zindi reptiles? Or how about this? Maybe it's good against Zindi reptiles and insectoids, since technically the aquatics was on our side. Right? Not even lore friendly there, but okay. However, boss. So I don't like it. I mean, new currency, new hostile, and the ship is only good for that hostile. Oh, and he's good for letting you start Deep Space Armadas. Oh, really? Oh my god. Whatever, man. I don't... And then Archer's ability. I don't really... Yeah, I mean... But he just does... He's not going to add... Just doesn't add back enough. Right? Just does not add back enough. Compared him with Trip, well, Trip ain't worth this shit either. Whatever. We'll have to get into the month and wait and see. See if I can You remember, long video, throwing myself through a loop, not deleting a stupid video prior because I'm smart. However, shit happens, I guess. That's what happens when you have your camera independent from everything else. But something I'm going to have to upgrade. I would probably really need to get like a camera that's good for, just a camera instead of my cell phone. Probably have more storage. I do need to get it hooked up here so it's just easier to take off. However, all right, let's wrap this up. So comment below, what are your feelings about this month? You think all this shit is trash, or are you kind of excited? Are you kind of excited to go after a new hostile with a new ship? I'm not. No. I mean, I'm going to fight hard for its ship ability to work against Indie reptiles. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't, especially lore-wise. I feel like they've even said that they're trying to go with the lore, because the one thing I didn't mention is, and why one of the NXL1's ship abilities is deflecting shots, which if you watched all the content last night, the NXL1 does not have shields. That's why it deflects all those Zindi shots. It does not have shields. That's lore friendly. It is. But then they're like, oh, it's super effective against Zindi reptiles. Okay, for the most part, I think the Zindi, not reptiles. Ship ability really good against the Zindi aquatics, which for the most part they were with us. However, be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.